In this video, I'm going to show you how to read the cards. I'm going to do a sample reading, and we're starting right now. Hi, my name is Robert Stanford, and I've been reading Tarot for over 30 years. If you're interested in learning Tarot and other Tarot-related stuff, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I publish videos every week. Click the link in the description below or go to stanfordtarot.com. You should also pick up my e-book. It's very affordable. It's very detailed. Everything that I go over in these videos is included in there and a little bit more. That e-book also gets updated for free. Very good investment on your path to learning Tarot. So I've laid out a series of cards, 10 cards in the Celtic Cross spread. The first card we have is the Four of Cups, which is inverted. This usually indicates some sort of a separation, a divorce, the beginnings of heartache, something recent. Since it's in the first position covering the querent, we can be relatively assured that this is something that is happening right now. Generally, this card indicates that another person has entered the individual's life. In this case, we can be assured that this card applies directly to the querent, since it's the cover card, or what they would sometimes call the significator. Crossing this card is the major arcana, the moon, also inverted. This means that there's a feeling of not being right, feeling off balance, not trusting one's own intuition, second-guessing oneself, insecurity, out of the cycles of the moon. It's like a time when Mercury would be retrograde and one would feel it. This card here that the querent walks on, the foundation of the situation, is a Three of Pentacles inverted. Not much effort being applied to current financial situations. Now, as we can already see, that this is probably due to feeling off kilter, feeling like Mercury is retrograde or that something just isn't right. The feelings that come in the midst of separation, quarrels, the fights that come from that, being torn between two lovers, that sort of thing. Coming directly from the past, there's some sort of intense tragedy. This more lends itself, especially with the Four of Cups covering the querent, this lends itself to something more serious than quarrels. It's something more serious than a temporary separation. It's something more serious than just, oh, I have to get out of here and just blow out of the house. This is something more like a divorce happening, custody battles, something very intense. Or it could also be that maybe the person's significant other has perhaps passed away, been in an accident, been diagnosed with something, or the querent has been in an accident, been diagnosed with something, to where the querent's partner may not be willing to go along with that. Maybe saying, I didn't sign up for that. So it's coming from the space of tragedy. These cards all seem to fit together very well. They're building a scenario. The card coming up in the next few days, the Empress card of the major arcana, in the upright position, is a very good card to have. This coming in line with the querent, directly down the center of the Celtic Cross spread. You can see that it applies to the querent as it begins to apply to other cards on either side. The querent seems like the good guy in the situation. The querent seems like the sensible one in the situation. A true victim, as it were, it seems to appear. Yet, coming within the next few days, the querent is going to rise above some of this temporary feeling of confusion, loss, guilt, what have you, and come into their knowing that you can call it their higher power, but more it's their experience, their wisdom, the experience that their diligence of their lifetime of hard work has provided for them. Lifetime of experiences to where they've sought to do the right thing and have stumbled along the way perhaps, but never gave up that fight to do the right thing. Coming into the future, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we see the King of Swords. Here, for me, this would be a very great indication that this would be the other person, another person entering the picture. This person is responsible, usually a person of authority. This person would fit the ideals of this Empress card very well. Willing to do the right thing, sometimes to a fault, probably like the Querent is. This person could have a title. This person could be like a person of authority, law enforcement, something like that. I'm not really going to go there as far as saying that this is some sort of a spiritual card that's trying to tell something significant to the person. No, I say that this is a person. I say that probably the Querent is a female that has had a nasty dispute, possibly abused, maybe coming from an abusive situation. This person could very well be the rescuer, but either way, has a lot of the ideals. This bottom card will be alleviated along with this top card tying into this person here. This person will have support that they don't have from the other person in their life. So they'll be more gravitated towards this person, but in terms of growth, positivity. Here in the 7th position, we have the Major Arcana card, the Chariot. In this position, these are the negative feelings of the Querent, and this is in the now. And as we can see here, the Querent is apathetic towards working on their financial goals, apathetic towards probably lots of things that you would have a hard time focusing, to be distracted by what's going on in this breaking up relationship or the torn between two lovers aspect of the reading in their current circumstance. So, for the time being, this person has some self-doubt as far as going in and taking control of their own life. They have some hesitation to go ahead with the natural can-do attitude that they would have. In the 8th position, we have the World. These would be people that surround the Querent. Now, this would, of course, be including the other person that they're involved with, the person they're getting involved with, the King of Swords over here. And it would be family, friends, people at work, people in their current environment. So if they're not going out very much, if they're not seeking much advice, this would not necessarily apply to those people. Or on the other hand, it very well could. But people around this individual would be more than likely to support whatever they decide. They wouldn't see anything wrong with leaving one guy and going for another, because they have enough faith in the Querent to know that they constantly try to do the right thing. This can be seen in their cards as their cards lay out. The things that they have insecurities about. They have insecurities about not wanting to take the wrong road. When they're lazy, it has a good motivation to be lazy. It's a distraction. In the 9th position, we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is a card of being studious. In the 9th position being the position of the positive thoughts and feelings of the person, we start to see the conflict. The conflict between the person being unsure of themselves and what they believe in. Maybe this person's like that of a workaholic. They never feel like they're good enough, or they don't feel like they put in enough. But that's based on the cards over here. They have a positive attitude toward diligence, hard work, following through, doing the work it takes to make their dreams come true. Now in the 10th position, the outcome, the culmination of these things, which goes into about 6 weeks, roughly. That can vary wildly. It could be a few minutes, of course. But generally, it's about 6 weeks. So we go into the 10th place, the outcome, we see the completion of the 10 card cycle of Pentacles. This means success in endeavors. This means this person is the right choice. This means their insecurities were not valid, but understandable because of what they're going through. They might have some negative speak from this other individual that has mistreated them in some way, either abusing them physically or emotionally. But everything seems like it's going to work out. There's not really the need even for the person to motivate themselves, to believe in themselves. That will come naturally with the Querent, as well as with this new person, the King of Swords, coming into their life. But as we can see, is probably already there. The person leaning between this person and a person that came before.